Why is this reshuffle coming now? What does it signal?
Well, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskiy has said that he wants a new emphasis both in domestic and foreign policy. The move still caught Western allies, Ukraine's Western allies, off guard with its suddenness, but there's no doubt that there is a crucial time for Ukraine. Ukrainian cities have been facing huge barrages of missiles targeting energy infrastructure ahead of the oncoming winter, and they've also struggled to stop Russia's incursions in the east. So it is a critical time, and if he did want to take a new emphasis, this might be a strategic moment where he could make those changes.
And what's the assessment then, Greg, as to how this either strengthens or undermines Ukraine's ability to fight in the war? Do they want that consistency? Would it have been beneficial to have a consistent cabinet makeup, or does it work to reshuffle and re-energize the cabinet given the challenges Ukraine faces?
I can't underscore enough how crucial this role is for Ukraine. Ukraine relies a lot on Western support, both to run its government and to fight its war. Kuleba was a well-known face in the West. He knew many of the diplomats. But Sybiha is an accomplished diplomat in his own right, having been in Turkey and Poland. Poland, a key backer for Ukraine. But whoever they have in this role, it's important that that person be strong. And in some ways, this is an interesting move because he was in the president's office and worked directly with the very powerful chief of staff, Yermak. So it might actually strengthen internal cohesion. But there's no doubt that this is a very important role, and Zelenskyy must have confidence in him placing him into it.
OK, we have IMF staff on the economy then. IMF staff on the ground in Kyiv this week. What are they pushing for? What is the aim? What is the goal for those IMF members on the ground in Kyiv this week?
That's right. They're on the ground doing a review that could unlock almost $1 billion disbursement of funding. Some of the things that they're expected to push for are cuts in the interest rate, a devaluing of the currency, and a stronger tax base. That's politically tricky for Kyiv. They already have a citizenry facing blackouts, wartime mobilization, and other challenges, and then being called upon for a weaker currency, which the national bank is said to want to resist, and more taxes. That could be a fine line to walk. But again, I have to underscore, Ukraine's government does rely on Western funding, both to run its government, such as with these IMF funding, and for its military. So a tricky line to walk for Ukrainian officials on this one.